It's Jeff J here to make your day. As always, the thing that always makes me nervous, not talking to Andrew Tate, where I'm on film, first calling him a tool. Okay, when I first saw him, we're going to touch a little bit of Andrew Tate and the whole saga of that. And we're also going to touch on Elon Musk and Twitter. We're going to go through, read some tweets on everything. We're also going to, with something just happened with Biden being a crook. Maybe we'll touch that as well. He asked me, I didn't get information they're talking about on Twitter right now.
You'll probably get banned for saying Biden and crook in the same sentence. FYI.
What do you say?
I said you'll probably get banned for saying Biden and crook in the same sentence.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll find out. Anyway, I'd rather get banned on something I say than something you say on my channel. So truth be told, this is me. By the way, guys, if you don't know, Arturo is the high ticket master. I just gave him a very touching testimony a second ago. I literally
she almost cried. So can you say it for everybody watching your channel?
Yeah, let's say it really quick.
Okay, so let me ask you something. So let's give them the back end story. The back end story is, after I met you, I was like, hey, I like what you're doing. Let's get on the phone. I think you can help me with my business. We got on the phone. The same day, I was able to make, that was when I was
let's do this, because this here, I'll show you this here in this.
Well, thanks for cutting me, but okay. Keep going.
Well, go ahead. Well, I was gonna go ahead. Continue. I was gonna show pictures with the story.
I'm kidding. Okay, I'm kidding. So, yeah, we got on the phone. You told me how to structure my message, and that same day I made 10 grand. That week I made 30 grand, and that's when I decided to get out of real estate, even though I was making decent money for most people. I was making decent money. I was like, yeah, coaching is the way to go, not only because of the money that I'm making, but also because of the people that I can help. And that's when I said, hey, you know what? Fix and flips is cool. I done it, been there. I can always go back to it. Real estate is easy. So let me just get into coaching. And then after I went kind of my own way, we kept seeing each other. You will go to the events, I will go to events, whatever. We kept seeing each other. And then, you needed help on structuring your offer. And then we went from there.
Yeah, and truth be told, on that first call, that wasn't the first call I took, but I like being transparent, right? I literally it was during the pandemic, and I'll explain this. During the pandemic, none of my tenants were going to pay. Russian coder, I just funded my software, my lead generation software, which is why I'm so good at doing messaging and crafting, because I used to sign people up to my software, and I used to help them in their DMs, whatever was a fitness coach, I'd help them do whatever it is to sell their own product. I've been doing this for like years, okay? And I would do it just for the monthly recurring revenue, and I put my face behind it, and I knew how to tell a story about my business, Take Two Photography, because there was a girl who basically said, you can never start a business, you can never be an entrepreneur, and she took a picture with my camera, and I wound up liking her, and I thought, well, screw her, this same picture she took of me, I'm going to start my own company called Take Two. I had a company called Take Two Social, which I decided I didn't want to do a social media marketing company, which Ty Lopez and everybody was teaching. I decided to do the software part of it. And because of that, I did copy for a lot of people. I did a little no-brainer offer, pay me $250 and you make $2,500 in a week, or your money back guarantee. And I did this before I met you, by the way. I was doing this for a while. And then you called me up, and I knew you had money. I knew you were real estate. I knew you were a millionaire and all this stuff too. So I didn't want to lose you, but I wanted to provide 10x the value, because that's always been me. So I remember I wanted to think of like an odd number so it's believable. And I don't know why. And it's on there. I said $325. And I knew when I said it, it was like not a lot. And then I remember
I was actually discouraged, to be honest. I remember second guessing. I was like, because I'm used to paying 10, 20, 30 grand for coaching, so I have this picture of you, like, okay, this is Jeff. He's been doing consulting. I know he knows what he's talking about. And then even the value that you gave me, I driven. And then I remember I texted you, I'm like, hey man, I'm ready when you are. Like, let me know, I'm waiting. And then you're like, hey, I can do it in 30 minutes. Sure. We got on the call. And then after the call, you're like,
it wasn't in 30 minutes. It was the next day I scheduled it for. I remember it very clear. Okay, I was in Texas.
Well, it was, yeah. So what I remember is that you're like, yeah, it's gonna be 300 and something bucks. And I was like, okay, what, like I started questioning, like, what all are you gonna teach? Am I gonna get the value that I'm looking for? Like what I was looking for at the time was a structure of how to go about going, when I talk to somebody, like what comes first, value, story, whatever, the sell, and you're like, hey, structure it this way, this is how you talk to the client. And I'm like, okay. And then you told me the price, and I was like, he must not be that good because he's charging $325. And at the time, I had that big penthouse in Miami, and I was living good. I had just came back from seeing Dan Pena. I spent a week in Scotland. I spent time with him, with his whole family, his wife, the maids. It was this whole big deal in the castle. And then you're like, oh, it's 305. I'm like, okay. Like I started second doubting, even though
I knew that, by the way, right when I told you and I heard in your voice, I was like, F, should have charged more. Like I knew that. And I knew you were one. And there was another guy that I gave a low price to. I still remember before, you kind of in your neck of the woods. And he was insulted to it. Actually, it was the kid, John Jasniak. But he wound up buying, and that's the kid who's now doing 10 million for everything. That I helped out with messages and all the time and connect him and taught him all how to structure his Instagram so he could actually like convert through his Instagram. And he's doing great. And I connected with him. He does jazzland.com. He's actually probably one of my favorite guys that I've helped besides you,
I thought it was number one. Okay, I'm insulted for the second time.
Well, you gave the better testimony. If John's watching this, he gave a good testimony, but yours was probably the best testimony. It was like right after I know your testimony. I could play it here. I play it all the time. It was right after you closed the 10K deal.
$10,000 deal.
Right? Yeah, because you can hear the energy in your voice, which we were just talking about. The best time to get a testimony is right in the spot or get them. Which, by the way, Tony Glenn, I'm calling you out. The guy had said wheels up. He says wheels up because he flies out all place. A multimillionaire guy. I was on the call giving him consulting advice with his attorney and everything. And he still owes me a testimony video. So I'm calling him out right now. So anyway, but yes, so that all happened 100%. So that's exactly how that happened there. So I didn't even know you wanted making 30K that week. I knew you made $10,000 the same day. When I remember, Arturo, when that happened, I just was on a TV show. Okay. So by the way, certain stuff that happens in my brand, people would kill for and pay for. Like I get like right now, it's special. Okay. And how I've done it, by the way, is always superseding the value. Like Hermosi, I personally believe how I'm building my brand is 10 times the value of whatever I give, right? Like, no offense to Grant or Tony Robbins or anybody like that, but I truly, truly, truly want to help people. So I don't want to price gouge them. This is my biggest thing, right? But what was going on was when I did your interview, I was just coming off a TV show that I got on because of the copy and the messaging that people would like. There was only certain people that got invited on this TV show, and I wound up getting coffee brand ambassador deal. So now I get paid to promote it on my kokomojays.com website. So I always was structuring all these little entrepreneurial things, and they were small, but I knew it was building up to what we built out now, which is now a consulting firm. I knew I was always going to do kind of what Grant did and Tony Robbins did, and just do it my own way. That's why I didn't want to be a licensee. So anyway. So going into that, after this all happens and how I got to Miami, and it's so crazy. I knew I was going to move there, but I probably would have never pulled the trigger without you. And I mean that too, because I kind of looked, but I was so in the roots with my old mentor, multimillionaire guy. And I was stuck selling windows for him again after he laid me off for a little bit. That's when I started making I made some pretty good money when he laid me off because I was forced to, right? Had no job, 4 units stopped cash flowing, except for Nancy. She started paying. Russian coder, I don't even want to say his name, threatened to delete our software. Me and Ahmad are going to talk that we had. I spent so many thousands, but I sent the last 3,400 check. And then JC Tenati lays me off and says that. And then the restaurant I worked at says, hey, we know you're an entrepreneur. We're not going to take you in because everybody did this whole thing that entrepreneurs are making money. I was literally, this is true. I was literally $847 left in my account, or after I spent the 3,400. And then I had my furnace guy, because it was right during the COVID thing. My furnace guy calls me, he installed my furnace Max Pro, great guy, because everybody was getting really panicked about the money. And I also had a video editing business I was doing. I did some video editing with my Take Two media company. And so I had one of the editors film it. We did like a thing. I had my furnace guy call me for $1,000, and I had another guy, the kid Malachi, hit me up. Hey man, I did a lot of work for that. Can I get paid on those edits right away? And I literally, they'll let you do a cash advance. I literally sent the $1,000 to the guy and sent the money, and I went negative in my account. And I went minus that. And I remember thinking, it doesn't take money to make money. It takes courage to make money. And I went out and I hit up John Jasniak. This was actually before you, I think, or maybe a thing. And I said, hey, man, you were asking me for coaching. I think we agreed on $250. I said, I need to make some money. And I told him my exact situation where I was in. He said, yeah, let's go on it. And he did multiple sessions to me before that. And he kept coming back. And that we did a $250 a section. Yours was the first $325 a section. After your $325, I didn't really send me. I started doing $500. So I stayed on that for a while. I was doing $500 to make $2,500 or your money back guarantee. And I would build up multiple $500 sessions. And then that led to me blowing up on Clubhouse, teaching the same thing, all marketing, ad, copy, offers. I structured a lot of offers as well. You're very good at that as well too. And people made $16,000 in a day and all this stuff. And I had Mike Wheeler tell me I should quit. I had multiple people tell me I should quit and just go on my own. And it wasn't until really you sent me a thing I put on my reality board that I was going to be in Miami in a penthouse, the one you have right there. And you sent it to me and you sent me a few. And I said, nope, that's it. I don't care how much it is. I'll be there. But it wasn't until I was in your space that then seriously, I had my first $10,000 day. I remember you looking at me and saying it, and I probably never put it together. I've made a lot of money, by the way, because of my thing in consulting. Like a lot, that's all I make money for is my advice, 100%. And people always try and pick my advice and do the thing. But that's how I built it up as a consultant. But it wasn't you until I started charging premium pricing. And one of the guys who paid $7,800 in full, thanks to my executive assistant, because just like Ron K, who said he would pay $10K for my number.
Now you have a team, right? Now you have your executive assistant, you have an ads, you have a funnel, like all the partnerships that you've done on your firm.
Yeah, so they're all licensees. I don't know if I have my hat here. No, I don't. Changing Life Consulting. Yeah, so we have all things. So we have leadership and culture development is Josh. Andy Tate is the funnel and Progretta, which is a Go High Level white label, and that does all the SOPs and systems. I focus on brand awareness and personal and business brand and the structure of the messaging. Also, I got into webinars too, as well as we keep refining. We do one every Thursday night. Marketing consulting is all Caesar, which you know very well, and George. Some kid called me who's in our inner circle because his Instagram hack got suspended. And I actually put him on the phone with Caesar, and Caesar was able to give him value right away. So it's just a cool thing to have. And then who else was the other guy? There's one other thing, marketing consulting, brand awareness. Yeah, I think that's, and then video editing, June. June does video editing. His channel, by the way, because he SEO'd it and built out the right way, which he's going to be doing with our new Kokomo J's podcast channel, and he did it, is already got from 0 to 267 subscribers in the thing. His video is already monetized with watch time, and it's at 6.6 thousand views. I can go to it right now. And he totally SEO'd it the right way. So, and we also have another company that's looking to be a licensee of us or anything, and they do Bob Proctor's channel called Monster Kong Marketing, and they're going to be a part and assist, and me and June are going to work together. So like all this time when I'm doing it, we literally have and I mean this in the most like transparent way, the best intention marketing consulting firm. Not that we're the only ones, there's other ones that are out there that, they've established, but we really like know what we're doing. And I've built some trusted sources, and, Alpha Slice taught me that. He said, you got to get the best people. And I vetted some people the way, and I really wanted to vet someone who's a duplication of myself, which Caesar is. George is an ad rock star. And yeah, so we do pretty well, man. And we've flown out to multiple events to consult companies. But yeah, for the coaching and consulting, I've probably been doing this 3 years. I have a course coming out called Mastering Marketing, which if it wasn't for you, I don't think we'd list it for 15 grand. And we're going to have masterminds, a lot of offer creations. We're going to probably do something in Colombia. So yeah, 100%.
We're going to do as soon as we get there, we are going to do I already advertised one of the pictures from the last thing, and I have pretty good people, even though a lot of people don't watch my story and stuff. I have people who always want to buy. I've sold stuff off Instagram, made stuff just with story shout outs every day, whether it was low ticket.
Now it's high ticket. Actually, Justin Settle, that guy you helped me out the other day, which by the way, this is why it's good having people as a friend and having a good inner circle. Because this guy, Justin Settle, I'll say who he is. He always would hate on Grant and hate that I went to all these events, but he hated on it because he wanted to be the lead. I said, dude, you should build a brand. He knows sales extremely well. And so now he's coming out with a book. And I'm not even going to promote it because he doesn't pay me right now. But shout out to Justin Settle. He's helped me a lot when I was selling windows. Me and him, we used to go back and forth and do role play on Instagram Live. And he would text me how he had millions liquid in his account. He's like, dude, you got to be here, right? So really cool dude. Takes his wife out for wine in Vegas all the time. And hopefully he comes on to do personal branding or work with me eventually. So I would love to get him and earn his business to scale my consulting firm because I know what I'm doing. So I'll clip that up and I'll send it to him. All right. So do you want to get in the news or do you want me to keep giving you more testimonies so we can cut them up?
No, let's get on the news.
All right. I can do it later on. All right. So we'll go into, so what do you want to talk about first?
Dude, we can talk about.
So where do you get your news, by the way? Let's talk about that.
Where did I get my news? So I listen to credible people that are entrepreneurs, like
Elon Musk.
Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad guy, Patrick David, Grant Cardone, people that are not gonna stain their name to put out fake things,
Here,
and they're not monetizing to throw out news. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm gonna put this where. So what I'm going to be doing, oh shoot, I got to, so that's the way I do things. This is, by the way, this is how you grow on social media. You tag stuff and do stuff all the time. You share stuff and likes. You be social on social media. It's really not many more thing than that. We're going to actually come out with a Twitter course once I get the 10K following within my course. We have one on Instagram and one on all that. Oh shoot, I have Jason Stone tomorrow. Is tomorrow Tuesday? Yeah, tomorrow's Tuesday. I have him tomorrow.
Yep.
Please describe the vaccine in one word. How would you describe it?
How would I describe it?
I'll put fake.
Fake, yeah, literally.
All right. Well, now we'll
fake,
probably get
not fake that it doesn't
By the way,
it doesn't
Prime has a new
exist.
energy drink. What do I want? Oh, Robert Malone. I've been fighting the corruption of science for years now, staying when they realized the early treatments against C-19 was going battling. Did you hear they said this guy died? They reported that he died. Do you know who this guy is?
No, who's that?
So this is a guy that Robert Malone, he's an investor skeptic of mRNA vaccines. He's the one who developed mRNA and then thought they shouldn't use it. And so Grant had him on and they banned his video. It was one of the first videos they got banned on YouTube about the jab. And so anyway, because of Twitter now, it's forced YouTube's hand and they now allowed Grant Cardone in his interview to be re-aired because now they're correcting all the data because it's all like fake. So that's the guy there for him. What was the thing? I said, look, I come from this stupid country, a stupid country. UK police forces spend $66,000 on LGBT rainbow cars, shoelaces, and flags.
Bro, that is crazy.
Dude, America's no different, dude. We had, did you see we had drag queens at the Capitol with Joe Biden? Did you see that?
Dude, Joe Biden has drag queens as director of the transportation.
Look, dude, this guy reminds me of you. Rolly matching the logo, I'm loco. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, that's my favorite fighter.
Conor McGregor, man.
Yeah, like one of the best fighters that ever existed, to be honest.
Yeah, is being a millionaire, billionaire absolutely one of your goals in 2022? But it's 2023.
That's actually a good one.
Yeah, but it's 2023. I love Elena, but I got to. People correct me, man. Wait, what did I want to go to? There's something I wanted to go to here. Very sorry to hear this. I didn't know Diamond, but well, I met her. So wait, is Donald Trump back on Twitter? Or is this True Social? This is True Social. Really bad news for Republicans and frankly all Americans. Our beautiful diamond of diamond and silk has just passed away. Her home state she loved, North Carolina. Silk was with her all the way at her passing. I don't know who this is. Do you?
Yeah, I do know that. Diamond and Silk, there were two black girls that were very, very Republican, always supported Trump, entrepreneurs.
Oh, I do know who they are. I didn't know their name. Wow. Oh, she passed away.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah, that is sad.
Who are the two females that got arrested alongside Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate? A thread. Do you like this kid Mario, by the way?
Mario what?
Nawfal, do you know who he is?
I have no idea.
So we did a live together. I like him. People, there's a lot of things because he's a citizen reporter. He reports all the stuff. A lot of people don't like him. Like my brother was having issues because he was kind of against Tate. All right, what do I want to go to? I wanted to go to, I thought it was going to be on here. So Andrew Tate, we'll go to Andrew Tate first. So Andrew Tate news. So this is it, and they don't even have it in. Andrew Tate's Twitter account shares questionable claim he was attacked after that. So U.S. schools, I mean, they're gonna have all stuff. Grappling with teens brainwashed by Andrew Tate. I want to read this. This is New York Post.
Wow.
So what's this mean? So this says the teachers in the United Kingdom are creating lesson plans to re-educate teenage students who have been brainwashed by misogynistic influencer Andrew Tate, according to a report. Wow. Tate was locked in Romania prison on charges of rape and sex trafficking, had a toxic effect on teens who embraced his hateful ideology, forcing his dress views to students, according to the Sunday Times. A school in the South London gave a presentation of group 14-year-old students. Became concerned with the students suppressing ideas they learned from Tate, a self-described, I don't think he described himself as a misogynist, did he?
Never, not that I know.
Dude, this is fake news.
That's how they brainwash people, bro.
Dude, it's crazy. Like we got to start our own news network or something just to idolize all this stuff. Like it's not good, man. Like Trump was the first one to call it
fake news.
Yeah, and he wasn't wrong, man. Like,
all right, so not wrong.
So let's go to ChatGPT. Let's actually go to your Instagram account, and I want to talk about this thing quick here. So if we go to Instagram, oh, this is under my other account. So I go over here. I have a million things open. Oh wow, this is us live in the thing here. So I go in here.
Are we live on your Instagram?
Yeah, we're live on my Instagram.
Let's see it. I want to see it.
This is it. You're seeing it. I was going to go to your Instagram.
Go to mine. I'm not live on mine, though, am I?
Oh, no, we're not live on Instagram. No, Instagram it's not linked up to Restream. We're on Restream, by the way.
Why?
Because it's just not. There's APIs or something. But it is on Facebook. We are on Facebook. You can watch it on my Facebook. All right, so this caption here, which is a really good caption, you came and showed it to me. So this is you speaking at one of the events here, which awesome. Shout out to you so much for helping me out a lot here. But there's nothing quite like the feeling of standing in front of a crowd and sharing your message with the world. It takes courage and vulnerability, but the reward of making a difference is worth it. Public speaking.
Yeah, you see that?
Well, yeah.
Is that heartwarming or what?
Is that what?
Heartwarming. Like when people read it, when people read it, they're like, this guy actually have a heart, even though I don't. But
look, your girl Cindy Stumpo commented on it.
Yeah, I think she has a bot, to be honest.
Yeah, she definitely does. Well,
yeah,
100%. Dude, I know the system. It's that the guys everyday success team that tried to sell me, and they all have all influencer that. I know a few of them. I could have bought all that, and I still might. And if I buy it, I have a video that June edited for me talking about buying it because the kid who's trying to sell me said, Justin Bieber, Donald Trump, and Joe Biden use this software. And I think he was just trying to sell it. So I made a thing. Guys, I'm using the same software because it's great that Justin Bieber, Donald Trump, and Joe Biden use. You get a whole bunch of comments on it. And technically it does work because if you get enough comments, you trick it. And as long as it's okay with Instagram, this is how it'll work. When you get a lot of comments, it'll push it to the explore page, which then gets other people to see it more. Make sense?
Yeah.
So people who have those bots, they're not wrong, but like, I'd rather be transparent, just tell people they're bots, So what words do you want to say on Cindy Stumpo?
Cindy Stumpo, from the little that I know from her, I mean, I think she means well. I do think she's very stuck in the past and the way she does business. And I mean, yeah, she's a developer, and she has accomplished all these great things. But like when I talk to her, she's like, I don't want to call it a mentor. I want to call it a brain. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I know. She's like that.
Yeah. It's like, okay, you can call it whatever you want, but wouldn't, and I told her the other day when we were on Clubhouse, I'm like, Cindy, okay, it took you 30 years to make $10 million. Everything that you have, it took you 30 years. If you would have paid a mentor that is you right now, okay, if you would have gave them $10, $20, $30,000, do you think that mentor would have helped you maybe that 30-year mark cut it to 15 years or maybe 10? You know what I'm saying? Like, because she doesn't believe in paying mentors. She doesn't believe, she's like, oh, everybody has to go through it. No, you don't have to go through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the reason why you pay consultants. Consultants are, in a way, mentors, because they teach you, hey, you're doing this with your business, you can do this and have a 3x or 10x. So she literally talks down on mentors. What is a mentor? And then she asks me, how are you a mentor? And I can help people get money. Oh, you're helping people get in debt. Okay, so what about how about mortgage brokers? They're helping people get in debt. And no, they're called mortgage brokers. You know what I'm saying? So like, she has this very particular way on, it's their way she thinks only. Mm-hmm. Okay, and I think that she puts a lot on her plate because she doesn't really know how. She thinks it's her way. That's the only way, because that's how she done it. The only way she knows.
Yeah, she reminds me a little bit, and she liked Trump. She reminds me a little bit of Trump, the way she is, the way her personality.
Well, she called me a cowboy. She's like, well, you're a cowboy just like Grant Cardone. I was like, thank you. That's a compliment. She's like, you're a cowboy just like Donald Trump. I'm like,
yeah, dude, everybody has different. So here's the thing. You got to learn, everybody has different risk tolerance. I love Cindy. I do. I love her heart. I think she's really good. And it's not me I just really do. Like she's probably a high.
She does have a great heart. I know that.
What's up?
She does have a great heart. That's true.
Yeah. And like, she actually was one of the first ones who I said, when I declared run for president, she said, Jeff, I'd be your running mate. And I just like people who say that, because it means like they believe in me. And the Cunningham stump post sounds okay if I had to do it. Plus she's got the money, man, so there's funding. And I think her old school ideology is kind of, there's a certain part where we need some of that, we're getting away from it. We're getting away from God in America. And, that's 100% why. I mean, listen, I don't know if I'm going to run for office. I'll definitely talk about it a lot, because that's the way. I had one of my mentors call me and say, Jeff, don't tell people you're going to run for president. And I said, no, you don't tell people. I'm going to. And listen, it might not be president. It might be mayor, might be governor, might not be at all. Right. It's a thankless job. I would actually probably rather have Francis Suarez run in Miami, and I'll take over and be the mayor of Miami, because he's got it going good, and keep that going on pretty straight, but anyway, so let's go back into your thing. I want to talk about Chat GPT and how we're using it. So I'm going to do a webinar this Thursday on it, on your mastering your message through Chat GPT. Oh, by the way, did you see our new consulting website that we have coming out?
I have not.
So this is the back end. Shout out to Team Tate who did this. So we're going to change the background. This is a little video here from the beautiful penthouse, but we're not here to waste your time. More importantly, your money. So look at this. This is what I hate. I spent $50,000 in mentorship that led to 0 sales. At least 100K in marketing last year that led to 0 sales. Yep, heard this all before. That's why I started my farm. It's literally why I did it, to prevent that or stop that. How big is your team? What's your monthly? What are you making now? These are qualifying questions. This is everything I do before I get on a call. She didn't qualify. I didn't get on a call with her. But does this sound like you? Look, we get it. Countless business owners or future owners like you, ready to spend and invest thousands to get a result. So you don't get it. We have heard it time and time again. Our mission is to exceed value with so many marketing experts. You don't know who to trust, and maybe you got burned. Trust till it happens daily. Don't let this happen to you. $100 will save you a fortune, because every one of our consultants is going to get paid $100 just to get on a call. The free call, we don't do free calls. It's $100 that will credit towards our service. And this is, by the way, other consulting firms like McKinsey and Gartner. Shout out to them. We're coming for you guys. Well, give you value of a program looking to buy or invest in the higher team. Book a call with a trusted thing, total refundable deposit, money back, and or work until you get results that are guaranteed. Use your $100 deposit towards one of your services. We want to be your last shop for advice and counsel. upcoming live. And that doesn't mean like just we're going to keep all the money in. Like, hey, if 10X 360 is the route of grants, do it. You know, if you want to open a 10X licensee health franchise, yeah, we think you're going to do it. Like really give the best counsel for it. Hey, driven event, if you're real estate, maybe go to it, maybe not. Break the code, where you at for your event, right? Columbia Mastermind, like really just exceed value and much more connect with the next.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
So the Columbia Mastermind,
Mm-hmm.
how do you see it playing it out?
What do you mean? So this is what I see. I see 12 tickets, only people. I see a group event, kind of very similar to what I did with the Cancun.
How many days? How many days?
It depends. We could do it like 3 to 5 days. Probably if people are coming, probably do it like a 5-day mastermind. I think that's it. And do 5 pillars each day, you know?
Okay, I agree.
You know, like basically what I do is I do this in my consulting thing. I do for the 15K offer that I have right now, which was 7,800. I do your story and your offer on day one. I help people do their story and structure the offer right from then, so they know that. And then I do target market, where to find their target market. I never did do the pitch with you. Like by the way, since our consulting thing, you kind of got in this whole friend zone where I've graduated learning so much more stuff where I've actually structured it. You know, have you ever seen it? I've showed it to you, right?
I've never seen it.
No. Yeah, let me show it to you because it's actually pretty good. And it's good to do this on here because we can cut it out. So it's literally, and it's funny, I'll say something I never shared before. Brian Murdoch was the guy in that, you know, Brian, you met Brian. That was the guy who paid for me to go out to LA. Coolest one who ever paid for me. There was a guy I sent the 64K consulting deal. He paid partial of it. But
I'm actually gonna add him.
What's up?
Add him. I said I'm going to add him because since I lost my Instagram, and now I got a new one. You know, I'm like, I don't really have a lot of people, but I'm gonna add him.
So this is the package, and I did it as one-on-one. There's so much more inside the Marketing Mastermind course, and I actually added some modules in the other day. But this is personal or business brand consulting. So this could be like a Columbia Mastermind, exclusive meetups, right? Did one in Cancun. We did one actually in New York, a little side up meetup outside. That's actually when Brian Murdoch came and saw me. And now we're going to do one in Columbia. We'll do one in Miami eventually too. So if you do sign with, you get your introduction, you get to meet our team, you know, your role, onboarding checklist and systems and tools. So this is our core creed. I won't read it here, but this is a picture. We're going to get a new picture of this, but this is me and you. Thanks to you getting me at the Epic Growth Con with Austin Zealand to speak there. It's a great picture. This picture's been cycled every time. I like your little bow tie here. I don't know if you can see that. You read the core creed, right? Or no?
I have not.
Okay, so anybody who comes on and becomes a licensee, and I had a kid actually on a sales pitch who laughed at this and thing. This is our core creed. Me, Caesar, June.
He laughed at it. Why did he laugh at it?
Because he just wanted, he was a flash guy. You could sell this guy. He's like your buddy who does all the rentals on TikTok, and he's not my type of client, right? So I'm all about, I'm not the flash. Okay.
So how is he my client?
Because like he wants the diamond studded Rolex, you know?
Okay. And
so like he's all about the party and yachts with chicks, you know? Yeah, there you go. There's the diamond studded Rolex. It is nice. I'm not gonna
like this.
Yes. Dude, listen,
Something.
there's nothing against it at all. But like, okay, I'll read it, and then you can see if you laugh at it. I'll see if you laugh at it.
Okay, let me see it. Read it.
But nobody laughs at it. That like Rick Subler didn't laugh. They love this, and we all came up with this. This came from, you remember Patrick and David's The Vault event? So this is me taking action. Every event I've done, I've always taken action. I'll do a YouTube video later on of every single thing I've done after every single event that's action or led to a client, because it's always led to a client, whether growth or money, every single event I've been to. So the gift of life we have every day is wake up with courage to take on new challenges and challenge other around us to improve and strive for more. They will always heed to wisdom greater than ours to advance our growth. They will always have respect to all human beings as we understand we are changing all the time, that we have full empathy with those around us, that everyone is hurting at some point, and we know when it is a plea for help and not to feed into victim-seeking behavior, that we have extreme ownership in our constant progression as we hold each other accountable and each of our own creative pursuits. High levels of integrity will keep us constant constant with persistence as we work together to inspire others always with words and actions.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. So what was funny about it?
Right? There's nothing funny about it. I know the kid was just like, I don't need to read this. It was a guy I was going to bring on for sales for it was his whole point. And I was like, all right, then I ended the call right there. I was like, no,
yeah, you don't need to read it. Yeah, cool. Get out.
Right, exactly. Like that's what we're about. So, and how this guy thing,
it's funny because he's asking you for a job and he doesn't want to read.
Dude,
like that's what he doesn't have a job.
Josh's marketing master's interview sheet is phenomenal in the hierarchy of human development. There's the arrogance where people believe they don't need to grow and they're just great sales guys. You can be a great sales guy, but like,
if he was so great, why is he without a job?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, he actually was already working for some. It was just not a really good interview. June was on it with me actually. But anyway, and by the way, all those.
I think I know the guy. I remember when you were interviewing him.
No, it was a different guy. I woke up at 5 a.m. and I went to the business center in the Miami place, and I interviewed him at 5:25 a.m. June remembers the whole thing.
Wow.
So this is what we do. So we build your personal brand, your full setup, story, and offer. Then we find your target market. Then conversational copies, what to say. That's the stuff I've done through DMs for people for years. Then sales, qualifying, question, and closing. It's always different. A lot of people know sales, but we cater to that. Stage is your virtual event. Webinar, which I've run webinars over the years. I'm getting better and better at them. Video programs, live events, podcasts, or ebook. And then full follow-up tools and technologies. Whether you use Salesforce, whether you use HubSpot, which I've worked in both of those, or you use Go High Level, which we obviously have a brand ambassador deal with Progretta. So that's your whole setup. And even on our weekly $397 a month calls, we rotate through this every time. We're actually doing something on this week on affiliate marketing because people want to set up links. So our mission for you is to be known in your competitor space and reach out to new markets for talent, which is what I did it with Grant first. We start every call with a 1, 2, 3 approach where it's 1, 2, 3. And then we do 3, 2, 1 on reverse engineer. I did it with Rick Sedler. I actually have him tomorrow at thing. We've helped over 1,000 clients all combined. John Jasniak's the guy. You can look him up, who's worth 10.2 million between his course sales, his webinars. I was actually with him at Scale Escape, I forget what event, and we were looking over his webinar with him right there. He's kind of in the inner circle. When I do a mastermind in Texas,
when you say he's worth 10.2, who determined that he was worth or he made?
So it's equity and land and his course sales and everything going together. I have it in one of my other webinars.
So let's say he made $5 million that year, and then he has $5 million in land.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Yeah, I can get it more in depth. He always, if anybody has any questions, they can hit him up, and he always gives me a testimony referral. So he's really good, and he always tells people exactly what he does. And people,
I mean, I'm not trying to discredit him, but like I can say, yeah, I mean, I'm worth $5 million because last year I made close to $1 million, and my industry is 5 EBITDA, so I'm worth $5 million. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yeah, it's not like that. Like he made some.
No, yeah, but it's like okay, I might be worth $5 million. How much money do I have in the bank? When in the bank I have, less than it's over 6 figures, less than $1 million. So it's like, okay, like I don't know. I feel like it gives a wrong impression in a way. I don't know. I just like to ask questions. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Mid or team. Let's meet.
Yeah, I'll show you how it's written on another thing. But anyway, so this is our Ken's the executive assistant. We actually made a new one with June. Andy, systems and processing. These are people who are going to speak on the mastermind calls, or you have access to.
Oh, I remember Jessica. You brought her to
Cancun,
Mexico.
Yeah, she still does travel agency. So she was the one who orchestrated that.
Everything and did everything. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, she wasn't really. She wasn't. We replaced her for June, really, but ad specialist Caesar and Caesar.
Why you replaced her?
Well, actually, I'm going to replace her for somebody else. Actually, this girl Amber. She just started her coaching business. I got on a call with her. She was at the Speak Up event. She might actually take over. We might do an event together. So your goal and task are take notes, fill out any templates, reach out and when stock, be able to record your voice or video for brand material yourself. This is a done with you desires for any done for you projects. Please required to get a quote within our team. And then this is kind of it more in detail. story and offer, fill out templates, which I have many templates that people can do. Websites and landing pages or your calendar, proposals, set up payments, conduct online market research, look at your red ocean space, get clear on who your target market is. We have a whole book for that, how to say it. June actually helped me refine it. Question qualifying, question script building. This is what I helped the kid Jason with today on the call, who owns all the Maseratis and our old McLarens. Perfect brand blueprint. And then qualifying your prospect sales, question to find the need, handling objections and closing, creating your webinar, set up live versus automated webinar, and then how you automate your webinar. Use our follow-up system, build your list, and then target ad spend is when I set them up to Caesar. So this is what we've done with anybody. So we're going to put people's consultants. So if they become a licensee, we'd sit in a licensee like Caesar or George would think. But I would insist with onboarding calls, be help to current roles and responsibilities. You'll be a guide to figuring out your personal brand story, offer, and systems and tools you can grow. We'll be your mentor, and we'll offer solutions to problems in-house and other resources. And then onboarding checklist, they get a special link to book their call. Although we gave away the calendar and now we have the executive assistant. They complete their reality board assignment before they start. They get the perfect blend blueprint, which we have as like a $997 training with a video, resources and tools tech checklist, and then view media kit with consultant. We actually, June builds out new ones of these. This is an old one, but each one of them, Caesar and June all have these. This is one I actually did and I sent out. It got me flown out to speak and everything, but it gets to show interviews, whoever you collabed with. This was it. See, we have you out there. This is who they built it. And I forget who built it. Nathan built this for me, which he does now. He gets people on podcasts as his service. And he always tried to do it for me, but I was like, dude, I say no to more podcasts. Like I really do. Like when people have SEO, and that's not an ego thing. Like I said no to that big one I was on first. I didn't want to go on it because I didn't know who they were. And it turned out to be one of the best podcasts on. So if you have any questions, this is our Progretta number. This is his personal number. And then that's Andy can take things. And then we'll usually do, if they sign out, like a customizable thing with their name on it and working it. But that's kind of what we do. And actually, I'll show you. So I built out multiple things here. Let me show you this here. This is training. That's the webinar that works so good. I want to show you the pre-qual. So I did a pre-qual video thing. I don't even know where it is. Mastermind should be down here. This is something that's in the course. This is really good. This is the 6 scales thing. I'll show you this here. This is something so people can see. We put it at one of the trainings because you don't come to any of the trainings. Where is it? Share, present. How do you present? Present. There we go. Present. All right. So this is sales process. So I got really good at this. People ask me, Jeff, how are you so good at this? And this is why you're probably good too. When I was in my 20s, I would go to a club. And same thing of prospecting on Instagram, prospecting on the prospecting at Home Depot today when I went to get plastic wrap, whatever I'm doing is the same process wherever I go. Okay. So when you go to a club with a girl, you're non-existent. No one knows who you are. You come in a club, she doesn't see you, right? As soon as you go up to her and say something to her, right? And even when I would always go in club. It was always, and we could talk about this too. It was always, we'd go to the club. The guys never had confidence that was around. I had like this airy, like arrogance about me once I started, like, it was never really hard with me with girls. When I got picked on, I was like, fine, I'm going to go talk to the girls. And even if I would go to the prettiest girl all the time, and she would always act like she wasn't interested because she was always like stuck up, right? But I love that. Like it would be like the good looking Latina girl, a good looking blonde girl at the club. She actually is not interested. But then after the girl says they're not interested, I would notice her notice me around and think, oh, he's actually kind of cute. Why'd I turn him down? So I'd handle the follow-up, and how I'd hand it up. Like I would always, there was a few lines I would have. One of the best lines I learned was, hey, this is going to end with me getting your number. Why don't you give it to me right now? That was one of the best lines I used all the time. It was confidence, and it worked, and it worked a lot.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I should do Jason Capital. I should do a whole training on how to like pick up girls and pick up, like Jason Capital did it. Freaking, I don't know. Like I really should. Like Michael Certain, that guy. Anyway, so I would say stuff.
So you know what was my game? I'll tell you. So that was your game.
We can talk about this, but this is the whole thing of sales, and I can like in club. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, no. So my whole thing was like, okay, I go up to the girl. I'm like, hey. Okay. And I would just take my time. She's like, I'm like, what's your name? You know, what do you do? Trying to talk to them. They're always like, oh, I do this. Oh, like kind of like, don't talk to me, you know? But then I noticed before she would leave the club or go like to another club or whatever, like, hey, can I walk you? She's like, sure. So I would just walk her. And then while I'm walking her to the car, I will start talking to her. I'm like, okay, so where are you from? She's like, oh, I'm from here. Okay, so what do you do? I do this. You know, I start talking to her. You know, like even she goes to the car, whatever, I will open the door for her. I'll be like, total, like fucking like nice. Not nice in like a fucking ass kiss. I'll be like, oh, you know, open the door. I'm like, okay, well, you know, it was nice meeting you. What are you doing tomorrow? She's like, oh, I'll probably work. I'm like, okay, so how about the day after? I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, let's just cut to the chase. Like, what's your number? Are you gonna give me a number? She's like, oh, it's gonna be direct. I'm like, yeah, it's direct.
Yeah.
And
So
then I'll just wait.
Yeah.
Like I would just be direct, you know, and they're like, okay, well, okay. They kind of like that. So I'm like, okay, I'll get her number. You know, like, bro, I remember one time I met this girl, beautiful girl, Peruvian girl. And she was like, oh, she said, you're going to take me on a date? I'm like, of course. She said, where are you going to take me? And the first thing that came to my mind was, I'm going to take you to Busch Gardens. And she's like, Busch Gardens is a theme park here in Tampa. And she starts laughing. And I was like, what's wrong with Busch Gardens? You know, Busch Gardens is like an adult park. You know, like you don't like roller coasters? She's like, yeah, but I never thought we were going to. I'm like, it's actually a fun date. I'm like, I'm a fun guy. So I'm like, I'm sorry. The guys that you talk to, they're lame and they don't want to take you to fucking Busch Gardens. I like Busch Gardens. She's like, okay, we can talk about it. You know, we ended up being friends. Like, I think, like 6 months. Like, I stopped talking. Dude, I was talking to a lot of girls. Like, she kind of like fell off the fucking, you know, fell off the, whatever.
Did she go to Busch Gardens with you?
We never did. Like, I got a girlfriend. Like, months later, she got a boyfriend, and we always kept in touch. Like, oh, you're at this club or whatever. We have kept in touch until she got pregnant, and obviously, I'm not trying to apply to be baby daddy. So yeah.
Dude, I there was a lot of girls, and then right now where I'm at, like women, like that's never been the problem, but now I'm like very picky on who it is. Like women will do this thing where they'll only give you their Instagram. Like they won't give you the number, but you can look at my Instagram, right? I do that first because right now I sell my number. My personal number is exactly like it is. It's very protected. Nobody has my personal number. That's how it is. It's very like that. So I wouldn't even give the girl my number. I had.
You want to see how I got in? I can show you. Like if you want to share the screen, I can show how I got in 3 girls' numbers the same day. No problem. On my Insta, I can show people real game actually.
All right. Well, I don't know how we got into this.
Yeah, you know, let's not do it. But I mean, it's really not that hard to get girls' numbers. You just got to be honest.
I really don't think it is either. But apparently, so that's why some stuff that I think is easy, people think it's so hard and they want to do it. Anyway, but I liken it to girls on one of the mastermind calls because it's the same thing. Talking to a girl is copy, okay? What we say is copy out of her voice. And no AI that you can do can connect with the human connection, right? Which is
I do not know. I don't know about that, bro. Look at my caption on.
No, I understand that, but right now, eventually it will be, but right now it's not like that. Like you're right, we might get there. All right, but anyway,
I might think it is. I don't know.
But this is all it. But everybody gets really good at the proposal, presenting the opportunity, but not so good at the close, right? So you have people.
What do you consider the close on a girl? What's the close?
Well, I mean, yeah, it depends. So this is how I would say it. So handle follow-up, I'd say a question. Curiosity,
okay,
you check me out at the club. Interested, now she starts dancing. Proposal, I'd ask to dance for me. Sales, let's say she dances. Close for me, we'd go out to a restaurant. I would always bring them out to a restaurant after the club night. We go to like Denny's. That was it. And by the way, for me, it was never bringing back the girl. It was never banging the girl. And you can say whatever you want. The only reason I would do it is because like guys like you would be like, did you bang her? So then I was like, okay, now I got to just like earn the thing. But it was
I would
like it never it became like a thing with guys like telling me to, but that never really drives me.
I guess. I mean, for me, a close, it all depends because close can mean, hey, you close the deal as in you're dating the girl now. That's a sell on a close. or it's probably, hey, depending, like, hey, I was just trying to get her number. So that will be a close. In my opinion, a close is if you establish a relationship, not a boyfriend girlfriend, but if you establish a relationship where later on it can lead to some type of a transaction, like a for sure. Like you can call somebody, hey, like something happened with my car, can you pick me up? Or hey, I don't know, and I don't know, so something that you can both benefit from. That will be, well, for me, that will be a close. Not necessarily, oh, I slept with the girl.
Okay, so getting her number.
I guess you can say that. No,
Yeah,
not really, not really.
All one night. It was all one thing.
Yeah, not really, because getting her number is easy. It's fucking gonna ask for it.
Dude, did you ever see this video? This was, by the way, someone made this video for me for free. It was a fan of me, and made it when I was doing my YouTube channel. So she took all this stuff. She was an Indian girl, and she really liked me. This is all me going to carousel. Jess was in here, actually. I should show you the pictures. Me and Jess did a whole bunch of videos together. I don't know why she put that of me trying on a suit at the end, but that was it. So this is Jeff the Entrepreneur. So this is all the places I've been on. This is me connecting and speaking at Amazon Prime. This is testimonies. This is another testimony I got.
Instagram videos, and a lot of people from high level are reaching out to me, and they want to acquire my services. They want me to come speak. They want me to come be part of their team. And the moment that I started getting those invitations, I thought about Jeff, and I said, listen, I got to give credit to Jeff.
All right, we're not going to go through it, but then this is him speaking.
Byron Golden, we out here, man, in Holiday, Florida. He just got done speaking, man, impact their lives. This from my boy Jeff the Entrepreneur. What's up, Jeff? You not here?
So, dude, I'm getting known by like everybody. So then he spoke at the Lead Summit. So this is where, by the way, let me ask you where you're at on this. So I'll explain. I've done
who is that guy?
That's one of my clients.
Okay, what's his name?
Corey Hughes. Corey J. Hughes.
Corey J. Hughes.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
It's like to remember names.
Yeah, no, he's a cool dude. I got to reach out to him because he reached out to me. But building your audience, okay? You ever see this? Amplifying your message, expert positioning. So this is kind of where I got. Now I'm experting it. You always refine it. Leverage community, published book I've already done. Launch and grow membership. I have the Inner Circle. Flagship digital courses coming out. That's 15K. Keynote speaking I've done. Group coaching I do every Tuesday night. Sponsored partnerships. I've the healthcare, no BS and all that stuff too. Multi-day conference I have not done yet. High-end mastermind I did one so far. Joint ventures, that's like people, I'm going to be doing that within my course. Investor advisor roles, influencer deals I've done. So I'm kind of on this ladder now, see? So this is what I show people to get them on this. Make sense? So this is another testimony.
I'll never forget this call for the rest of my life. I definitely
Good, dude.
just like 2 minutes of that call was like worth the whole
6,000.
like what I paid. All right. So like if I just had like that, so like everything else was
Kid does well too. He's a speed reading expert.
You did
David.
your way.
He's another one of my
You didn't have to
clients.
say the things that you said because like it's like it could be emotionally taxed, like, oh, I'm gonna like tell this guy what he needs to hear, right? It's like that's kind of annoying, but at the same time, that did show me that you do care, and I
gave him tough coaching. I know people think I'm like a pushover. I don't know why.
Things on this.
I'm serious, but like you people say that. I just 100%. I'm glad. So this is it. Look, this is one of the testimonies here. Thank you so much. This is the other kid. But he always gives me testimonies. He's like the biggest fan of me. He has his own course. He's made a lot of money actually now. Thank you, Jeff, for going out and above in one call. I feel compelled to write something because Jeff poured his heart out to us for 2 hours. For those that missed that, here's what we covered. This is the amazing thing about being the CLC Inner Circle Mastermind. Your life will actually change. This is usually a 1 hour call, but because Jeff realized there was more to cover, it's over 2 hours. Jeff really does care. I'm glad to see he's creating impact in this world. I want him to succeed. We covered sales role play live, building offer, going through slide decks with real money, high level strategies for business. So anyway, and dude, I always get like there's more. So this is if you're any of these people. This is Bedros said something about I will show this. Do you know this guy is Bedros?
I did not.
So he has a big podcast just came out. Actually, Juan Chavez, the guy in there, he wants to build a brand like Bedros, loves it. He came out with his own sick podcast review. Here, he used to do it with another guy.
You're talking about Pedro, the founder of 100X?
The what?
Founder of 100X?
Yeah, I think that's
Pedro, the Christian guy?
No, it's not him. I don't think he's Christian, actually.
I'm here with Ray Kashkir, the legend.
Yeah, Ray Kashkir is cool too. I've talked to these guys. And, oh, look. So this is how it's, yeah. So here, this is why I went here to this. This is the guy, John Jasniak. Over 6,000 acres of land bought, 550 deals closed from 0 to 10 million in 5 years. So,
John Jasniak. Yeah, you have talked a lot about
dude,
it.
he's legit, dude. He's really legit.
I watched him sit up there and bro.
Best moment here. Favorite moment of 2022.
Jeremy,
No, okay, I won't.
Jeremy, you said, dude, you were saying some of this stuff about me at one time.
Yeah, 100%.
Do your research, man. Go find anybody that I did. I mean this. I challenge.
That ain't Jeff. That ain't Jeff. Jeff's got a right to make a living too, man.
I
Bro,
agree.
It's not about that, bro. It's like.
Jeff's
come on,
a good
man,
guy,
But he's
dude.
not doing that, bro. He's not doing.
So this will get demonetized. But you didn't see the live with me and Ty Lopez, dude. It was
I
one
did,
of
I
the
saw
best
it.
lives and the best lights for Ty. Caesar watched the whole thing.
Let me see it.
watching
Let me see it.
fucking
Play
crazy.
it. Play it.
No, we didn't. We never got to record it. He just took a picture of it. It didn't air, but it was really cool. Me
Why-
and Ty really
why didn't it
connected
air?
on a real level. He said, "Dude, I'll definitely be on the thing." Dude, he might be someone after this that I would take as an investor in Kokomo Jays. I sold him on the vision and everything. You were there for that.
You ever been burned?
This is the intro video we did. These are all the licensees. So Mastery Manager the licensee, Progretta's the licensee, Silver Spoon Agency, Viral Alchemy, and Audate Media. And then this is usually a $6,000 call. We ask you these 3 things before they get on a call. Say that we put that someone paid $6,000. We respect your time to get paid. Respect well as a deposit $100 that'll be credited towards the service. I don't like this font. We'll change it. What to say, where to say. This is the reality board. This is Patrick and David. This is that. Promise you this. So this is taking the same copy. There you are.
You want to give a shout
Best
out?
testimony, by the way.
I do not want to hear it. I don't want
I
to
know
hear
it was
it.
a good testimony, but this was the show I was on before. I was actually wearing this show when this shirt was wrinkled, and I bombed this interview because I thought the interview would go late and I'd miss our call that you paid for. So you paid up front before too. So, and then this goes into the big long webinar. So this goes into this is one of the webinars that converted the best. So, and now what we did was we did it as a pre-call video. We actually redid this. Oh, you ever see this video? Look at that stuff.
It's not expensive. He's a cheap guy. He doesn't want to buy
Yeah,
nothing.
I just met her, she's gotta earn it, you know what I'm saying?
Who is that girl?
She was a cute girl that I met and I picked up. She gave me her number. She was a Hebrew girl who was selling at one of those skincare things, and she thought I was cute. She smoked though. And so she was like, "Oh my God, you're gonna be so successful." Da, da, da. So I don't even know. And she took me to Louis Vuitton store and she's like, "Buy me something." And I was like, "We're done." I was like, "I don't even know you." Yeah, that was what it is. So I made a video and I put it as a silly gimmick and I never let anything. This is the contract. This is one of the contracts on Panda.
Bro, you're a better guy than me.
Well,
I would have been like, yeah, I'll buy you something. Just pick whatever you want. I will just have her try on whatever she wanted, take it to the counter, and I will just walk away.
look what you don't even know I put this in.
Huh? Like, that's what I would do.
Look, do you see the screen here?
Are you still awake? Nah.
And you're sleeping.
I see it now.
So I did it as a joke, and I was like, that same guy. I said, if you buy into this is what I did the webinar because you won't watch it. This was an hour-long one. I said, that same guy, he's around me so much, the value's there. He was sleeping next to me. I took this picture. I make a joke about it every time. Yeah, I was trying to be more funny in my webinars.
Yeah, you probably want to use somebody else.
Dude, let me tell you, man, like,
I took a Red Bull.
man, no, man, you are like a blessing, bro. Like, I totally get you. And not to mention, like,
You blame it on the Red Bull? You blame your energy on the Red Bull?
Yeah. Look at it. Let me ask you this. Do you know anybody while other people are out there drinking is drinking water, working on his business plan like I was? I had this business plan that Patrick and David threatened me to. See, this is Alex Chavez, I think here. This is Alex Chavez with the wine. This is some guy and this is some guy. This was at, what event were we at? Oh, you were in Colombia. You were with that guy and the club almost getting trash. This is where I was. You remember that night at Scale?
Oh my God, that was in California.
Yeah, what event was that?
That was
Driven?
the last Driven, yeah.
Yeah, so this was, and Alex was here, so I was with all these guys, yeah. So let me ask
So
you.
you know what happened there, though,
Dude,
right?
this is a good picture. This is by our pool. Look, I love this pool. I go out here. This is all my pipeline leads. There's my toe and pool, and I was calling them all. You know, dude, look at this chick. Look at the way she looks at me. Every girl got so mad.
Who is she?
Life Consulting. If you don't know it, nobody knows. If you know me as Jeff the Entrepreneur, if you need any help with anything, just being around amazing people, follow her, follow me, we'll do it. What else you want to say?
Awesome. I love the project around the.
So she's a fan. She's in Miami too.
They're
So
all fans.
you'll be a part of something special that's changed that forever community. This is me telling the vision. Be part of the world franchise. There's the
My dream was always to hang out with Alex Scott and Brian Rand. Dream big, guys. Dream big.
Oh, I remember that day.
This is a cool moment. Yeah. I don't know why I wasn't there too, man. I killed it with my speech, man.
You spoke? Yeah. What is happening?
By the way, he's speaking on 10X next year. He was one of the last
No
finalists.
way.
Yeah, he's going to be on the stage.
Bro, I feel like Grant is just picking black people to speak on stage. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, he actually picked the cowboy. He didn't want Glenn to win. And this time, there was this country white cowboy guy. There's the only Grant, my guy. And then Glenn won. I don't know if he didn't want. I think he's okay with Glenn winning, but
changing life consulting. I used to teach behavioral middle school back in the day.
speaking at one of the events, you never saw that event, huh? This was in Atlanta.
That have built changing life consulting. I used to teach behavioral middle school back in the day.
I did good at that event.
I
Actually.
want to hear it. Go back.
You don't have it all, dude. Nobody records all my speeches. That was like Josh recorded for my phone, so I had a little piece. There's actually one that's really good in Vegas. That was my dad still wants to get the tape for it because I sent him the iPhone video. Charles recorded it. I got to get Charles on there. So then it goes through this here.
Fucking Charles.
Do you ever see? I love this testimony. That's my favorite. That guy, he now has Emmy. This is the worst testimony ever, Keeper, because he's such an analytical guy. He's really smart. He owns like 3 companies.
For guidance, the need for advisors, the need for.
He's the one who paid $6,000 when we were in Cancun. Do you know this girl?
No, who's that?
Leader every day. So my team is leading while I'm not here. And then it was just awesome. This is why I was here. This alone. So follow, it's Emily.
Thank you. Mwah.
Wow. She just blew me a kiss.
Right now.
Are you jealous that she just blew me a kiss?
No. Look at this. Is cool. This is Jerry.
Would Jeff pay $8?
Oh, I lost my blue check on Twitter.
Probably because you changed your
You know what? Hey, Jeff is gonna be one of the ones that people was hating on, like back in the day when Just Talk used to hate him. You're gonna look up all of a sudden Jeff is really gonna have. I believe him. I believe Elon probably will hit his show, bro. It's something about Jeff. It's something about it, bro.
Hey, you want to make
So me and Jerry saw that moment are going to do something. He's my corner man, which you were my corner man before. People want to watch this video. It'll never happen. Never see it, a fight. We might show it eventually once we come up there. I might really work really hard to get to, and may take one more boxing match because I'm not proud of that. But I'm proud I went in and did it because it's something I always wanted to do. This is going to be the new YouTube channel that we actually recorded this video. It's edited. We're waiting to do it. And then this is Viral Alchemy with what they're doing. One big raw video file like we have, YouTube SEO, and then they do static posts, our secret method, and then short form videos, and you get static posts. And then do you ever see this video with me and Grant?
Man, honestly, when I'm big time, I'm not going to forget you. Me and my brother are building our own business. And whatever it is, man, honestly, when I'm big time, I'm not going to forget you. Me and my brother are building our own business. And my brother passed away, so we're opening up a place in honor of him. It's a coffee shop, a music studio. It's going to be great. And you're gonna drink there for free because you're a lot of reason why.
Oh, dude, that's awesome, dude. I like drinks for free. I can only have like one drink.
Right, yeah, coffee macchiato, you're juiced up. You already have enough juice on you naturally,
That's what I'm talking about, man.
But listen, Grant, one question really quick.
Go ahead.
Here's the deal.
By the way, that's dramatic pause. I do that very well.
Video show, right? Ever since I started doing the 10X Factor, it's changed my life. And I can't wait to go to one of your seminars as soon as I have enough money and I'm almost out of debt, okay? But the Sports Talk radio show I have,
It's going to be, well, I'm not going to plug it on here. We can do that later. But it's going to be social, and I would love to have you as a guest, doing like the Nick Foles bit, that video you shared. Yeah, great. And I just started dating a girl, and I wanted to do clickbait to get ads for my site for the radio station show that I got. But now that I have a girl, Cindy, who's smart with her money, she has no debt, she has 10,000 savings. I think she's a keeper. I'm a good-looking guy like you, Grant. So I got to get I would get the woman pull me aside. A little tough.
Yeah, dude. Hey, so I'll be on your show. Number one, I'll be on your show. Yeah, he wants to know if I'll be on the show. I'll be on your show for sure. Let me ask you this, okay? I'm asking everybody now.
Yeah.
Does this describe me? Listen,
God,
determined, driven.
You're reading Taurus. You're not.
Stop it.
Oh.
And stubborn.
I read these too.
Does that describe me? Determined, driven, and stubborn.
Yes.
Well, you're definitely determined, and you're definitely driven.
That's a Taurus.
You're looking to grow.
That's not even my sign.
You're going to grow. You're brighter than half the rest. We're looking to both.
Yeah. I love my dude. What's my dude's name?
What sign is? They say it's Taurus or Gemini.
No,
They say
he's
I'm
an
an
Aries.
Aries, man. They say I'm an Aries, man. It's all good, man. It's all good.
Yeah,
So,
Okay, so
look, dude,
the
the answer.
question, because
Question one, will I be on the show? Yes, I will. Let's go to the next call.
The question was,
I will, and I will.
the girl. Like, is he?
And by the way, dude, the dude who just called.
Elena was right.
His debt off. You don't need to worry about your debt, dude. Debt's not your problem. Everybody out there has got. I got a debt problem. You don't have a debt problem. The debt's the past. The thing that's the problem is your future. Future takes care of all past. Okay. I make a mistake 3 weeks ago. Good. I can clean it up by doing a lot of good in the world in the future. I cannot change the past. I just do not have that talent yet.
Income problem is what you're saying.
You ruined this for me, okay, Elena? I can't believe that.
That's what I do.
No more calls.
Dude, that was my
Well,
favorite show. They stopped doing it. So I would show that, by the way, strategically on all the things, because I would always have people.
How long ago was that?
That was, dude, I still remember. That was right before I paid $7,000 for my first coach. And I did it shortly after that.
Who was your first coach? How are you talking
this
about
guy,
that?
Clark Keegley. He has a YouTube platform. He taught me a ton of stuff. I was actually a good coach. He's the one who had me write out. It's the best thing if anybody signs on. The big picture assignment where I wrote out my 5 years. I wrote that I was going to be in Florida, and I actually did basically everything. I wrote that I'll be considered to run for president, and I'd be looking at locations for Kokomo Jays. I have it actually back at my own, which is all what's going on right now. And that's what I wrote. And you write your thing. But anyways, Clark Keegley was a hippie guy. He didn't like Grant. So I kind of got mad at him because I like Grant, like you hate or love Grant. I just like him. So anyway, but that was a way moment in there. And it's funny because I would show that video because everybody who was on my webinar, I showed that all the time. It would give credibility. It was the first video I had. It showed debt didn't matter, focus on income. So that's why I would show it, and it would show credible.
And it shows your journey, and it shows your journey too. It shows where you were.
Yep.
To now.
Yeah. So. And by the way, I do webinars or I plan slides at least I've done one every 6 months. And then there was a time I did one every week. So, and it would just be certain things I did. And that's how I pick up certain clients. And now we build out webinars for people. So I stopped doing them for myself, but we're going to start one on ChatGPT this week on Masterminds. But 100%. I don't know, dude, I was tired when we started this thing. I have no energy. I know, I don't want to yawn. The worst thing I ever did was when we were in the thing.
Yeah, and you yawned. And I actually had a couple people write me and said, get that guy out of there.
Yeah.
And I was like, why? They're like, look, and they sent me screenshots.
Which
and
is
I'm like,
almost like an Easter egg. Something for a viral thing, like the guy who yawned. I think nothing's bad. I really wish I didn't do that. I was so tired. You always pick me when you're ready to do these things when I'm tired. You have a way to do it. And you do it so randomly where Josh is more of a scheduler. You're a random guy. I get it. So am I. But let me pick the next one. Or let's
so it's my fault.
Yes, it's your fault.
Okay.
Let's get a scheduled time. Whether we
I'll take the blame.
9:00,
Okay.
Every night at 9:00, 9, and I'll go to bed at 10. So that's when I do the social stuff. And we'll run the Clubhouse and that'll way. We'll do it from Colombia. We'll start tomorrow at 9.
Bro, that Colombia thing is going to be crazy. And I'm telling you, because I can already see it. Like, dude, we're gonna run. Like, I do want to drop some money on ads. Okay, hey, Colombia, this is the house. It's gonna be, 5 days. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have the schedule. The first is gonna be this, just to make sure people
Dude,
are
how nice was the Cancun mastermind?
What do you mean? How nice was it?
Like, it was a good time, right?
It was a good time.
Listen,
It
that
was
the
just
first one, dude. That was my
not
first
very
one.
organized, and people were not really committed because the price point was too low. That's what I'm saying. This one,
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
this
we
one
had one
off
person
the
who shouldn't have
bat,
been there. She
yeah,
knows who she
correct.
is.
Hey,
And then I had Jess, who wasn't in there managing it. So I've now
Jess was more worried about talking to her guy that she was hooking up with on the beach than trying to do any work. That's the honest truth.
Dude, I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome that the girl broke the shower. I told that to the other girl last night who wanted to go on vacation. And then and she owned it. And then me and her wound up having a little romantic rendezvous, which was nice, So
yeah, and then because if she didn't own it, I had to pay for it.
I know, and she paid it, man. I think, dude, that she was a solid girl. She was a solid individual. I liked her. Cool girl. All right. So we'll listen. Next, what are we gonna we'll do this
So
tomorrow.
you had a girl break my shower glass doing, I don't know what you were doing.
Can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay. So look, this is it. Jeff Shea said, this is what I have someone text me on this. So wake up, shower, perfect day, protein list. I don't always wake up this time, right? But this is what I want to have a schedule so I can go to. Everybody should do one of these. In our mastermind, we do it, and you should just block your hours. It's time blocking. Look at numbers booked, slides, webinar, or course right here. Emails, recap meetings. We do a meeting at 11. Then lunch is the personal hour. First sales appointments that I'll do are 1 and 4. Power hour is cleaning up the role play and rehashing our leads. Dinner is something healthy. Walk Continental Street down there. Write book is 7. I usually don't do that. I should. And then this is what I'm saying. So live on Twitter, I have my Inner Circle Mastermind call at 8. So we can go live at 9 tomorrow because I have my paid call tomorrow. And then see, these are all Clubhouse Zone closing webinar sales. This is all so we can do the 9 o'clock hour.
Okay, let's do it. Let's leave it for tomorrow then.
All right, 9 o'clock tomorrow. Sounds good. Can't wait.
Perfect.
Any words you want to say? Where can people follow you?
At Arturo Confidential. If you guys want to follow me, follow me. If you guys don't want to follow me, don't follow me. I don't care.
Yeah, and JJC Entrepreneur on Twitter and Jeff the Entrepreneur on that. But we also created, by the way, multiple accounts. People can ask me. I won't sell you Bitcoin or anything but the real Jeff J. Cunningham, JeffJCunningham.co. So we're actually creating a whole bunch of accounts that we're going to already put out all these real contents. We're cutting up all the 7 years of all my YouTube stuff, and we're going to repurpose it probably out in a little bit. We will do ad spend as well, but we're doing that and we're meeting with it's totally the Andrew Tate model, just with my face.
Good.
Actually,
all right, Jeff.
It's a video of a hot girl, because I can't do this when I'm men, saying, go be productive. I'm going to put the little videos on. I'm going to repost it again. I'm going to post it tomorrow at 8 o'clock a.m. because that's the best time to post, 7:30 or 8 in the morning. All right.
Okay. Perfect.
I'll talk to you later. I'm tired.
All right.